everyone, Joan here. I hope you're all having a great week so far. Today I want to share with you some of the books that I've been reading or just finished reading. So the thing is, I have a tendency to read about 3 to 4 books at the same time. I'll have a stack of like 4 books until I'm done reading them, and then I'll start a new stack of books with different topics, different subjects. And the thing is, it actually helps me finish a book. You know, I have a hard time with just sitting through like one book for like a whole month and just reading only that. Like, I don't know why, but I can't focus that way. So switching out my books actually helps me finish the books, because then I don't get bored or overwhelmed with just the same topic for a long period. So I want to share with you the 4 books that I'm currently reading or actually just finished. So the first book I want to share is called The Power of Habit. It's by Charles Duhigg, and it is an amazing book. I highly recommend this book. So, you know, I'm sure everybody in the beginning of the year are looking for ways to change their habits for the new year. And this book definitely gives you some insights on why you have the habits to begin with. So the book not only covers habits for an individual, it actually covers habits as an organization or corporation, or even as a society. So it's a really good book that just shares a lot of different stories, a lot of different aspects as to why we have habits, scientific reasons why we have habits. All comes down to this one part of our brain. But the important thing that I got out of this, and which is really what he repeats over and over, is that you have to be able to identify the cue, the habit or routine, and the reward. Once you can figure those things out, especially the cue and the reward, then you can switch your habit, change your habit, transform your habit just by figuring out what cues the habit that seeks the reward. So The Power Habit, I highly recommend it. I actually got it for Christmas and I finished reading it like after a month. I mean, it does get kind of dark sometimes because some of the stories that he shares, but you know, it's really to share in a way that you can relate. So highly recommend this book. I will list the books down in my description below. So the next book I want to talk about is Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him before. I'm sure you have opinions about him. I know there's a lot of debate about the way he talks about money, but I think it is totally worth reading. So I just finished reading this book about a week ago, and I think it's just really important to just get back into the basics about money, like how to save, how to pay off debt, how to save up 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. The thing is, everything in this book is pretty basic, but you'd be surprised that 90% of Americans can't even save $1,000 in their emergency funds. And I know it's tough for a lot of people, but it is possible. You just have to stay really focused on your finances. And for me, I wanted to read this because I feel like I have forgotten the basics of finances, and I want to just get really smart with my money. And I think this book really worth reading. Check it out. You know, just be open to it and then try it out. You know, sometimes we don't realize what our money is doing. We don't realize where it's going. And he recommends that you write everything down, your monthly expenses, look at it every month, and then figure out, is your income actually enough to cover all this? And sometimes people don't realize that the income they're making can't even cover all their expenses. So it's a really good book. Highly recommend it. Check it out. I'm actually reading another book of his now that I finished this one, so I will talk about that in another video. So another book I'm in the middle of reading is Organize Tomorrow Today. So it's about time management. It's about using your time more efficiently, and it's really good. I mean, it's very sports oriented, which I'm not really into sports, but it really gives you good insight of how you can use your time more efficiently, and just every little like 5 minutes or 10 extra minutes that you have, put that towards something important. Teaches you how to prioritize and not overwhelm yourself with a long to-do list, but actually prioritize like 3 things that you need to get done in a day, and then all the small tasks can come along the way. So it's been definitely helping me out. He really recommends like writing your to-do list the night before so that you're not thinking about it going to bed, which is a huge thing that I've been doing, and it's such a game changer. I mean, I hate going to bed not knowing exactly what needs to get done the next day. And when you don't plan your day, you realize your whole day just goes by and you're like, what did I do today? So I highly recommend checking out this book. It's really good. When I'm done reading it, I will probably talk about it again to see how I've implemented this in my day-to-day life. So the last book I want to talk about is called The Art of Closing the Sale by Brian Tracy. This may or may not seem relevant to you, but people don't realize how important sales skills are. You have to sell yourself in so many different situations, whether you're selling a service or a product, maybe you're selling your music, you're selling your art, you're selling yourself at a job interview. Sales skills are so important, and right now he's talking mainly about mindset in the beginning. But sales is also a mindset. You know, you want to make money doing something that you love, you have to sell yourself. So I'm really excited about this book. I'll talk about it some more once I'm done. You know, I'm not even halfway through it yet, but just the material in here is so good. So highly recommend adding this to your bookshelf if you're an entrepreneur, if you're starting a business, or even if you just work as a car salesman or you work in retail. You know, totally recommend checking out this book. So those are the books I'm currently reading. If you have any questions at all about the books I'm reading, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any books you'd like to recommend to me, I love checking out different content, different kinds of topics, different kinds of books. So just feel free to leave me a message below. Anyway, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.